My wife looked our autistic son in the eyes, then walked away without saying goodbye. For 14 years, she never called, never visited, never sent a birthday card. Then one painting changed everything. The moment it sold for $2.9 million, she came back with a lawyer, legal papers, and a shocking demand. My attorney whispered, "This could get ugly." I was ready to fight, but my stepson gently touched my arm and quietly said, "Please, let me handle this." What happened next destroyed her greed without a single scream. The day Melissa walked out of our house, the silence hurt more than her words. She packed 2 suitcases, looked at 12-year-old Ethan only once, and said, "I can't live like this anymore." Then she left with another man. Ethan stood by the window for hours, clutching his sketchbook without crying. He had autism, and emotions rarely came out in words. Instead, he drew everything he couldn't say. I wasn't his biological father. I had married Melissa when Ethan was 4 years old, and from the first bedtime story to every doctor's appointment, every nightmare, every school meeting, I became the father he trusted. After Melissa disappeared, life became brutally hard. I worked double shifts, sold my motorcycle, canceled vacations, and learned everything I could about raising an autistic child. Some nights Ethan refused to speak. Some mornings he couldn't even leave his room. But every single day, he painted. Old newspapers became canvases. Cardboard boxes became masterpieces. Walls filled with colors nobody else understood. People laughed. Teachers said art would never become a career. Neighbors whispered that I was wasting my money buying paint instead of real education. I ignored every single one of them. One evening I found Ethan crying quietly over a painting. Not his health, not his childhood, not 14 years of birthdays she missed. Only his money. Her lawyer claimed she deserved part of Ethan's fortune because she was his biological mother. I felt my hands shaking. My attorney quietly whispered, "We'll fight this." I nodded, but before anyone spoke, Ethan gently touched my shoulder. His voice was calm. "Dad, please let me handle this." The room became completely silent. He slowly walked toward Melissa. She smiled confidently, believing he had missed her. Instead, he placed a small, faded drawing into her hands. It was the very first picture he had drawn after she abandoned him. A little boy standing alone beside a window. Across the page were 4 heartbreaking words. Just truth. Even Melissa's lawyer lowered his eyes. My attorney quietly slid another folder across the table. Inside were 14 years of unpaid child support, medical expenses, therapy bills, school records, every sacrifice documented. The amount she legally owed was greater than anything she hoped to claim. Her confidence vanished instantly. Without saying another word, she stood up, collected nothing, and walked away exactly the way she had years before. Except this time, no one watched her leave. Weeks later, Ethan donated a large portion of his earnings to programs supporting autistic children whose families couldn't afford therapy or art supplies. During the ceremony, a reporter asked him, "Who inspired your success?" He smiled, looked at me, and simply answered, "My dad. The man who stayed." That was the greatest reward I could ever receive. Not the money, not the fame, just hearing the boy I raised call me his father. Blood may create life, but love creates family. The people who stay during your darkest days deserve your brightest moments. Money attracts strangers, character reveals family, and sometimes, the greatest revenge isn't taking everything back. It's becoming so successful that those who abandoned you realize they lost the greatest treasure of all.